everybody? It's CSL, welcome back to Let's Play Need for Speed Underground 2. In the last part, we completed the second required Street X race of the first stage, and all the drift races that we can do so far in this game. Well, so far in this game. And this part, we are going to get, we're going to get the second car that we got, along with our signing bonus. With the contract we signed a few episodes back. Now, basically, the first thing I did was that at first I didn't know. I wasn't. Again, I mean, it was a long time since I recorded gameplay for this game, considering that I lost the memory card for it. And I thought that I might have already gotten the car and I don't know, just not used it. But it turns out I didn't, so yeah. And another thing I decided to do is I decided to go to the performance shop and to the graphics shop, see if I unlocked anything new. And apparently I didn't, so so I just went to the car lot right away. But you know, considering that I need to say some stuff I left it in here anyway, because I wanted this to, you know, I wanted to get like, you know, for having like, I wanted to have a legitimate excuse for cutting episode 9 to be making episode 9 shorter than usual. So yeah. I need something to talk about. You know, I could have been able, I could have just cut all this out if I had just added me getting the car and excuse the term, pimping the ride. If I had just put that in the last part, but I didn't. I don't know why.
Hey, what's up, money?
I guess I was just lazy and I was having trouble looking for commentary. Need something to talk about. Oh. Usually when I'm like looking for something to talk about, I'm usually like just like looking around the house for like just something that I could look at to just start talking about. I didn't even notice that tip that we got, and yes, I didn't unlock anything new in the graphics department, so at this point I just said, you know what, screw it, I'm getting that new car. This would have been a lot easier if this was like commentary. One thing I guess I could start talking about was that while I don't plan to do, actually, now that I think about it, I think I will make it like an LP, but one thing, I mean, that I'll be doing in the future will be an LP / speed run of Paper Mario 2. I'm saying that it's an LP / speed run because the real reason why I'm doing this is to try and break the world record for fastest time it takes to beat Paper Mario 2. I've actually, it's not official yet because I have yet to videotape it, but I actually did break the world record for fastest time in Sonic Rush Zone 7 Act 1 as Sonic, and I actually broke the record by, I think it was 3 seconds. It's not official yet because I have yet to videotape it, and yeah, but still, I mean, this time I do have the, but seeing as I do have the equipment, I mean, fastest time to Sonic level. I mean, while that is something that's very impressive, I just don't think that's like impressive enough. I mean, because you know, I do see myself as a skilled gamer, but you know, I don't see myself as like, I mean, like a really, really skilled gamer. Like, I mean, like most of the gamers on YouTube. I like the people who do like brawls of you know, like Super Smash Brothers brawl videos and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm nowhere near as good as them in brawl without spamming the same move over and over and over again. Not to say that I use like Pikachu and everything like that, and I just spam like the Thunderbolt. That is understandable. I can understand how that's annoying. But what I like to do is I just like to grab them as Fox, throw them up in the air, and then use charged up attack to just send them flying. And if you've done like 50 damage, it's pretty much guaranteed to work. Then again, I haven't really done difficulty over 5 yet, and there's just so many people who are better at Smash Brothers than me. It makes me a little mad. I mean, oh, I know that there's always gonna be people better than me. It's just that, you know, I consider myself to be a hardcore gamer, and I consider being able to beat a level 9 computer in any Smash Brothers game to be a basic skill that any hardcore gamer needs. And I just can't seem to do that. And I mean, you know, I call myself a hardcore gamer, but at the same time, I don't feel like one because I don't feel I have skill enough to be one, you know? But anyway, what we're doing with this car, in case you haven't noticed, is that one thing we're required to do with the contract that we signed a few episodes back was that we need to make a 1-star car and have it published on the cover of some kind of car magazine. Now, one thing that you can never go wrong with when you're dealing with a car is paint. Always give it a new paint job. That seems to up the ante a little bit. I don't know how. You're just changing the car's color. And always use vinyls. Always use vinyls. Even if you always use the vinyls, you know. I mean, you can just like throw these random vinyls like one on top of another and just don't even care about it. I mean, you know, just make them like random colors and stuff like that. But you know, I actually want to look at this car and I actually want to like the way it looks, and you know, you get where I'm going with this. Another tip I can give you is carbon always works, even if it covers like, okay. See the other paint job I have right now? If I were to cover that in carbon, I would keep the star points I have right now and even gain a whole lot more. Even if the car was just like completely made out of carbon. I mean, even if I put this beautiful paint job on the car first and then put the carbon over it, I would still keep the points for the paint job, and I would get the points for putting the carbon on there, which makes no sense at all, but it works. And yeah, I mean, you can never go wrong with carbon when you're making cars. Well, when you're trying to make like when you're trying to increase a car's visual rating. God. And another thing that you can never go wrong with is these decals here. Even if it's the same decal over and 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 over again, it will still work, and it's good for 0.01 star points on the visual rating. That's always good. And I think I actually cut this video short. Yeah, I did cut this video short. Of getting 1 star. I'm pretty sure I did do that actually. And I was originally going to make this a little bit longer, but I only have like 30 seconds of video left of the, I only recorded like 30 extra seconds of gameplay. So in the next part, we're going to continue working on getting this car to that 1-star visual rating, and get it on the cover of a DVD, and maybe finish that last URL race if it's available afterwards. Alright, I will see you guys then.